Welcome back, everybody. It's the end of the month, and that means it is time for the monthly tech news. Boy, do I got some good ones for you today. Before I begin, don't forget to like the video if you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, link is down below to the merch store. Go get some great merch. First, we begin with Intel is getting rid of its honestly really adorable PCs, the Intel Nooks. But don't worry, Asus is bringing them up. They are going to be taking it over and doing theirs. I don't entirely understand what's going on here, but it is a non-exclusive license, so that means at some point the other companies could take it. They will be manufacturing, selling, and supporting the Intel Nook systems for the current 4 recent gens of Intel that the Nook has been made of. Next, we found out a little bit ago, and a lot of this is coming off the Verge website just because that's the one that had the nicest pictures. Don't look too much into that one. This one is that they killed their Project Iris. This is their augmented reality glasses, stating that their project leader left 4 months ago from the company. Google is currently saying that they are a lot more focused on software instead of hardware to help keep their current infrastructure and platform just entirely level. Next, we had YouTube, of course, bringing in another great thing of tech news from the great big red arrow company. They're testing a 3-strike policy for ad blocking. You have 3 videos, and as soon as you get past those 3 videos and you still have ad blocking on, it will ban you. YouTube has said that this is a ad-free experience to see if they would like YouTube Premium, and this is how they decided to go about it. They have updated this to be a little bit more clear, I guess. However, I will say that this probably wasn't their best way of going about this just all of a sudden. They could have done a few things, but YouTube has been, in the last few months, to my knowledge, been testing out ways to deal with ad blockers, because ad blocking does honestly hurt them because they need the ad revenue to support their stuff. It's a whole thing. It's a lot more complicated than a lot of people are making it out to be. I agree that ads shouldn't have to be necessary, but we all should probably agree that ads have become necessary. And Ryzen 5 5600, the 5000 series, has got a new CPU. It's the X3D GPU, and this is considered the best gaming chip that is on a budget for the AM4. This is only going to be sold at Micro Centers in the US. This chip actually utilizes, if I can find it, the same silicone that they used to make the 5800X3D. These chips just didn't make the cut for that CPU, and they, instead of just trashing the silicone, they repurposed it into a CPU. Honestly, I think that's a good thing. That means there's less waste, as long as performance is still there. Now, the reason why it's only at Micro Center is just because AMD says that there is not enough inventory of this to give it out to multiple vendors, so currently only Micro Center has it. Now, if this is the only time that AMD will do an exclusivity for certain CPUs or GPUs, I don't know. This is the first time I've ever seen this, and I'll be very curious to see if they do anything like this afterwards. Let Me Spy, a very popular phone tracking app that apparently a lot of people that I never have met have used, has been hacked. This spyware is generally used by boyfriends and girlfriends who don't trust each other, parents making sure their kids are okay, and stalkers. But this app was hacked. In this hacking, they lost a lot of data, and that means a lot of people are right now very compromised in terms of what these people might know. Specifically, these people gained access to email addresses, telephone numbers, and contents of messages collected on the accounts. So in other words, this thing was keeping messages that it found on other people's phones just on a server somewhere. I don't know if this one mentions it itself. The app, I believe, did say though that it did not keep this kind of information for longer than a few days. So, oh boy, this could be a problem for a lot of people. And if you are one of these affected people, I am sorry. Change some stuff. Next, the people who have created the new GPU connector for the 4000 series have come out with a new one. This one is a lot safer and should entirely prevent the 4090 from melting, which is still a concern and is still happening even with adapters that are making it harder to happen. This doesn't show a picture of it, so let me see if I can find one. This is going to be the new connector. The main difference is this little sheath, which is going to prevent bending even further so that it is a lot harder to bend these and accidentally pull these pins out. And also they made the pins a little easier to get attached to these. I don't entirely understand it. Jay's 2 cents has a better video explaining this. Go watch that if you have questions. But this theoretically is going to stop a lot more problems when it comes down to your GPU exploding. I would suggest to anybody that can switch these, do it. I'm sure at some point here there'll be some rollouts for some stuff as we go forward. But for right now, for any of those that have GPUs that don't have this, there's not much you can do. It's kind of what happens when you're on the bleeding end of technology. Sometimes things change so drastically that you're left in the dust real quick. So just be careful with what you have. And last but not leastly, France is allowing police to spy on people through phone cameras. A new law is allowing the French police to remotely activate cameras, microphones, and GPSs on people's smartphones and other devices, as long as they are suspected of a crime. This is a very broad law from what I have read, and if things aren't careful, it could go very poorly. Whether this law will continue to stay or if it will go away after a while, we don't know. But for right now, the French police have a lot more power in invading your privacy than most people are usually used to. So we'll see how that goes. Well, everybody, thank you guys again for tuning in. Don't forget to like the video if you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, link is down below to the merch store. Go get some great merch. If you guys enjoyed this video, how about you guys go check out the video I just did a little bit ago on my first resin 3D printer. I've been having a lot of fun with it and printing up a lot of fun stuff, including this. I gotta paint it still, but I just primed it. Got it all nice. I gotta coat it as well with some UV resistant stuff, but I'm having a lot of fun, and you're gonna see a lot of exciting stuff coming out of this channel when it comes to 3D printers. Thank you guys again for tuning in, and have a good day.